Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are back playing more Granblue Fantasy. This time, I figured I've got some time. Might as well give this a shot, see how it goes. Gonna go ahead and go after the 4th Primarchs raid. So that's gonna be over here. It would be nice to unlock the skips. That's what I'm trying to say here. Alright, so we're gonna be playing light. I forgot to switch my skill. I apologize. This is immune to normal attack and defense down. It's also immune to gravity, so I forgot to switch my skills completely. I apologize. Give me a second. And high immunity should be good. Alright. Okay, let's do this. So our team's going to be kind of what we were expecting out of this. We've got our standard kind of Albert and Sandalphon for the damage dealing side of things. We've got Love Live for the buff, the strength buff. We've got Veil, which is pretty good for keeping those nasty debuffs away. You got the Ignition. The first skill is kind of bad, but technically most of the phases of this fight can be charmed. So that could be useful. Eventually. Main character's on Doctor, so we can stock up on healing. We're going to be bringing Dispel because the boss does have buffs that we might want to get rid of. We're bringing Primary Care for the defensive buff, and all the other side benefits that come with it. And High Immunity, which is a new skill that we've picked up. Technically, I picked it up for Ultimate Bahamut, and I haven't beaten Ultimate Bahamut with it yet, but the idea is that High Immunity costs 1 green potion, but gives you a full turn of total damage immunity and Dispel Cancel and all that. It's a really strong skill. It's got a long cooldown, but it's fine. Backline, we're looking Geisenborger for first. We don't actually need him for his passive. It's just if he ends up getting switched in, we can use him for his frontline capabilities. Dealing quad hits, 17 hit nukes on his first skill, the ability to not die with his 3rd skill, that'd be pretty good. Then Peccarin's in the last slot, just because we don't really have a good person to put here. Yeah, all right. Grid-wise, we have the standard sword grid for some good HP with the Mitron's Bow for the stamina splash. We're not on element, so I've replaced the Seraphic with the Phantom Fangs. How did I get this? Well, I picked it up from daily points, and I've been preparing to raise it, and have decided to do so for this. It gives skill cap up. So it's going to synergize pretty well with the auto nukes that we get from Albert and Flame Orbis. And it's a decent enough grid slot, being skill level 20 and all that. It still can use improvement. It's one of those weapons that can be awakened. It's an awakening level 0. We haven't really talked about the Proving Grounds weapons because they haven't been relevant yet. But I might later. Let's get into this. I'm trying to do this without the 250 Lucifer because I think we can probably do it. This shouldn't be as hard as Protocol, so let's give this a shot. Alright, let's go ahead and start applying our buffs. Put this on Albert. Alright, we've got a Dispel with our summon, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put on Nobio, get that on cooldown. it'll take a couple turns before we get the debuffs up at all. We've got a decent amount of dispels because we've got Sandalphon's third skill also. So there's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop the boss from getting from having these bonus damage stacks. Basically, they're going to have echoes for every element that they go through, and they're generally canceled by dealing certain amounts of damage, at least skill damage, of a counter element, which we can't do. So we're just going to have to deal with it. I can't be the only one that finds it messed up that the earth element part of this boss does a fire nuke. That's one of its main attacks. So looking, okay, yeah. Every 5 turns, there's the aerial buster. You got hit with targeted. That's fine. We can take that. Let's go ahead and use this. All right. Judgment Gale's not a huge deal. Alright, let's go ahead and... I forgot to get the Gale on. I'm super stupid. Alright, so we got that. And let's go ahead and dispel that attack up because we don't want that. And the reason I haven't used Love Live's first skill is because Uriel is immune to Charm. I know that for a fact. Okay. We'll probably do this. Could be good. If we get this, primary care. Next primary care goes to the Love Live. Sandalphon's got his own regen that comes in, so he's got a little bit of a better shot dealing, taking damage on himself. Okay. Yep. Looking fine. So we're gonna hit turn 10. And on turn 10, we're on full diamonds, so we should just attack in, get hit with Uriel Buster. So that would be what I'm thinking is going to happen. Okay. There's targeted. Let's put this on. So if we have targeted, we should get hit with Judgment. Cool. So Uriel's only until 77%, so we don't have too much longer to deal with this guy. All right, so Judgment Gale got skipped because Sandalphon removed the debuff, which is fine. I was ready for that to happen. Alright, we absolutely cannot have him with uplifted, but Sandalphon gets rid of that. Let's go ahead and use the green potion here, just because we're a little bit down on HP. And then that'll let us do a chain here real quick. It would be nice to get out of the Uriel phase. Uriel's a little scary. I mean, so's Raphael, which comes next, but like less immediately scary. Alright, so we're just keeping on getting the green potions. We got our defense buff stacked up. Alright, let's go ahead and do one of these. Double delay. Okay, let's attack in. Also, you gotta, be aware that we're playing, you do the first stage of the fight without any buffs. That's, so we're still trying to get all the primary care buffs up. Also, we have no attack debuffs. That's just the thing that we're having to deal with. Let's do Protojoya. Gives us a defense buff to offshoot the offense buff we're looking at over there. Or the defense D down. What am I talking about? I was supposed to use Sandalphon's Ecliptica again. It's okay. Nothing bad happened. Alright, so we're just gonna attack, I believe. Yes, we're just gonna attack. Well, I don't really have anything to do other than just attack in, so. Alright, we're gonna summon Lucifer. We're gonna dispel that the uplift. And we are going to make another potion. Okay. Let's do one of these. And we'll attack in. I believe we get to 77 here. Nope. Nope. Maybe with the auto nuke. Yeah, there we go. So now it's Raphael. We've triggered this entry, which is going to give enemy mirror imaged and going to get the other echo ward thing going on. So let's go ahead and summon Nobio. So next turn we can summon C2 to break mirror image. Oh, we already got mirror image. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use this because this enemy can be charmed. That was suboptimal, I would say. No, I should have put the primary care on Sandalpawn there. Oops. So the mirror image on main character's attacks doesn't really matter right now, because the specials that we're looking at from Raphael hit so many times. Alright, so let's primary care Sandalpawn. Let's try to double delay again. Yep, that's better. Let's go ahead and C2. And strength buff. Alright, let's Princess Knight. And attack in. So we're stuck with Raphael until 55%, so we've got a little bit to go. Do I hold on this? No, we should probably just use this on cooldown. Go ahead and attack. We have Veil on, so if any debuffs come our way, we're not gonna take them. Alright, so that skill is not one that does a debuff, but rather makes your buff skills have 3 turns longer cooldown, which is annoying, but we don't have that many buff skills that are important. I think our most important skill is potion creation, which is a green skill, so we don't have to worry about that. That's on the Lucifer. Kind of do this on cooldown, just so we can get the healing, and keep everything rolling through as fast as possible. Let's go ahead and double delay. And then we can get the Albert buff back up on this next turn. Full chain going. Looks good. Alright, we got targeted, so we're gonna get hit with something. I don't know. It's something. Okay, so we've got Veil, so we don't have to worry about any debuffs. Oh, right. We can actually cancel this one. That's something I didn't think about, is because we were dealing fire damage with Albert. I never thought about that. I mean, it's not important, but yeah, we can technically cancel that one. Oh, wild. Alright, let's go ahead and delay. The less often we get hit with special moves, the better. Alright, So let's do the thing. We'll charge attack first. Let's go ahead and veil up. We can charge attack first. Next turn, we've got potion creation. Go with the opponent going in. So that's pretty good. And we can potion Albert if he's looking dangerously low. Yeah, we'll potion Albert here. So we can just... So first of all, we just got targeted, so we're going to go ahead and play around that with the charge attack. So we go ahead and let this hit. We use our veil. Then on the next turn, we use potion creation to make it so we're not even remotely possible of getting it with a debuff. Okay, that was good. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I don't expect that we will actually be canceling Tempest's ward anytime soon, but it does stay on the boss, so even if we're not in the Raphael phase, we're still dealing fire damage. Alright, so that's static damage. Let's summon Nobio. I should probably try to reapply Charm. It technically can happen. Okay. Do that. Lucifer's next turn. We're in good enough shape to attack this turn. And we can use primary care for healing also when it comes back off cooldown. Well, we're getting closer to canceling the wind one. In the weirdest way possible. Alright, let's go ahead and heal Albert. So we have a 40% trigger to worry about. And then Michael is the last phase from 30% down to 0. Alright, so at 30%, what do we have to deal with? We have to deal with just a random ability. Okay, yeah, we can make sure we have Veil or Potion Create up for that. The correct move. So we might have to pause on Potion Creation for a minute. Which sucks, but it's worth doing if it means surviving. What all does this give? Does this give? It does give. So it gives damage or immunity, but it does, and a sharp boost to debuff resistance. So in theory, that one also does the trick. should have used Albert's first skill, but that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and use this now. Let's summon Princess Knight. Make sure to use Ecliptica. And let's go ahead and use this ignition. We'll use the Veil after this to hopefully hit the 40% trigger with that. Title Erasure. That's not super bad. Does mean we get our attack defense buffs dispelled, which is really annoying. There's nothing I can really do about that though. Let's go ahead and dispel this. Get our Veil on. Probably heal Love Live. Charge attack, then potion main character next turn. The fact that the autos are AoE in this phase is pretty annoying. Alright, let's get a defense buff from Protojoya. Go ahead and use Ecliptica. It'll be nice when we actually manage to cancel the Wind Echo. Just so we don't have to deal with 4 echoes all at once. So that one does, in that particular, the Judgment Sphere trigger does link a death debuff. It takes 3.5 turns, or 3 turns after it's inflicted to actually do anything. But yeah, it's one of those ones where if you don't get rid of it, it will kill you. And we don't actually have any debuff clear outside of potion creation, so we have to be a little careful with that one. Nope. Use a green potion on Albert. We aren't really able to save up too many potions because the boss does deal a decent chunk of damage. Alright, next turn we'll be able to refresh our cooldowns, which will let us double delay again, which is pretty good. We can use Nobio next turn to get a little bit more value. Oh, no, hold on. There we go. I was like, no, hold on. If I use the third skill, I can't use the second skill. Just autopiloting, you know. It's dangerous. Alright. We're doing okay. Do I use primary care? I'm thinking yes. With primary care here for a heal. It's 10k heal, so we whiffed a little bit, but it's better to get back on cooldown. And we have finally canceled that wind echo, which is nice. Unfortunately, we can't cancel any of the other echoes, but I mean, what are we gonna do? Alright, 30%. We're going to Michael phase. So we're at 228 million remaining. We're off element. This is static damage. And it dispels us. Yep, it's really annoying. Not a thing I can do about that. Then we're going to go ahead and dispel the uplift. Dispel the triple attack up. We have a bunch of echoes that come forward, but luckily this one has... This phase does not have AoE autos unless I'm completely wrong, because AoE single target autos mean that we can use mirror image to reduce the damage. I don't love this attack up being here. It will eventually go away, but I don't love it for now. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a Veil. Apply Charmed. Summon Princess Knight. Okay, let's delay. We would prefer to delay every single time. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. We're gonna potion Sandalphon. Or are we? No, we're not. For a very specific reason, that being that so we're gonna get we use potion creation, so if we get hit with a debuff, we get that cleared. But we've got Veil, so we don't actually need to worry about that. Whatever. Yeah, so the Michael phase specifically is why you don't want to be bringing substitutes, because she has a trigger that specifically counters substitutes that deals plain damage. It's annoying, but it's just what you gotta deal with. Alright. We'll go ahead and do the thing. I've been holding this high immunity. I have a reason for it. It's the 10% trigger, which is the same as the 30%, but the damage is more than double. So just to be safe, we want to use that there. Alright, so there's no more buffs to worry about. Only some debuffs. We just normal attack here, so we can charge attack into the full diamonds. In case she's using Basilica again, that's a single target move, so we want to be able to block that. All right. And if it's not Basilica, we're not taking as much damage, so it's not that bad. Alright, so Sandalphon got hit with some debuffs. that doesn't really matter because Sandalphon has this lovely ability to clear his own debuffs. We do appreciate that about that guy. We really do. Alright, primary care. We'll go ahead and primary care up nobody. If we could do it on main character, we would. But since we can't, we're not doing anybody. Alright, so we're going to delay toward the 10% and try to high immunity to 10%. I'm going to hold on to potion creation so we can cancel debuffs with it. No, I won't because I'm lying because we're getting our Veil back next turn. Well, I mean, this is slow, but we're making real progress. And we can use this and this, and then next turn we can get Albert's skills back, which is kind of nice. Let's go ahead and do a couple of these. The nuke that we get from Albert and the nuke that we get from Sandalphon are both end of turn nukes, so they wouldn't push into triggers. Right, so we'll go ahead and do this. Do our delay. I mean, like, I don't love doing this, but let's just attack normal attack. Now we should high immunity. Yep. Because high immunity also comes with dispel cancel, so we shouldn't lose our buffs. That's another big thing here. Because the flash bullet removes all your buffs, and I rather like my buffs. Okay, we don't really have any reason to do anything. We've got Veil, so we don't have to worry about debuffs. We can do this. So we can do a chain this turn. I believe this should end up being Crimson Sword, which does give a debuff, but we have Veil, so we ignore it. I should have used it before go. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Okay, we save this for the next full diamonds. I should have used Love Live Ignition, but that's okay. Not an issue. Looking absolutely fine. We took 2 hits on Albert. We can go ahead and primary carry him, get him back to heal. Heal back up. We've already gotten past the most difficult parts of these triggers. As long as we're not dying to normal damage or just getting hit with the debuffs that we can easily avoid with the potion creation, we're not going to have any problems. We're not going to delay now because we want to get potion creation on cooldown. We would delay for the next one. So the debuffs missed. Even if they didn't, though, we're good. Summon C2 for the damage. Just use Ecliptica because we might as well. So, yeah, ultimately, not that big a deal. I mean, I figured if we could beat Proto Bahamut, we could probably beat 4 Primarchs, and I was right. I was right. That's a lot of Wind Halos. But yeah, 4 Primarchs is a raid that a lot of people don't do anymore because it doesn't drop a lot of useful things. And it itself isn't part of the pro skip, so that's kind of annoying. It does drop the trial fragments, which is kind of cool, but other than that, it's just Primarch Anima, Primarch Host Mats, and these Halos, which are important, but we can also buy for pendants if we really need them. But what this really does is it unlocks these 2 pro skips, which means that we can no longer have to manually go through those raids every day to acquire Primarch Anima, which is great because I needed some of those, and I hate going through those raids every day. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. With that, we have unlocked every single pro skip that is available in the game. That's value. I am super happy. We've come a long way on the No Gacha account. From humble beginnings, you know, clearing stuff with weird grids and weird party comps, to here, where we've conquered Proto Bahamut and unlocked all the pro skips. Yeah, no, we're getting close to what I would consider end game for this account. I've got some stuff in mind, and it's going to be interesting to see if we can actually pull it off. But yeah, I mean, the further we go down this raid list, the more and more our roster starts to look like garbage. Right? If we were to go like further down past this tier, our roster is going to start really coming to bite us. So without further ado then, this has been Shadow SP. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Signing off.